He's an actor, writer, and a comedian. Ryan O'Flanagan has been on shows like American Vandal and New Girl. Now he's performing at the Spokane Comedy Club this weekend. But before his shows, Ryan's joining us this morning to just let us know a few things. And Ryan, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Doing well myself. And, I got to ask you, it's pandemic time. It feels like we can't have a conversation without talking pandemic. So what's it like being a performer during a pandemic?
It's been weird. There's been not a lot to do, obviously. Yeah, just this month I started getting back into it, doing stand-up again. And it's been a learning experience for both me and the crowds, I think. I think a lot of people are just happy to be out. So I've been getting a lot of pity laughs from people that are just happy to be out of the house.
Sometimes those are the best. They kind of get the ball rolling. You start laughing a little more. So as you're kind of making your way back out, do you have new material? What have you been doing during the pandemic?
Yeah, I've been trying to write. There's not been a whole lot of inspiration. It's been a lot of COVID jokes, which I'm sure people are really excited to hear. I'm excited to hear more about COVID. But yeah, just trying to write, stay busy, writing some scripts and some stand-up and stuff, and trying to keep myself from going insane. I got a cat. That's been nice. Little distraction. So I'll talk a little bit about that.
I dig it. I dig it. What got you into comedy way back in the beginning?
I really started in college. It was actually weird to say now, but I used to love Dane Cook, which I know he's had kind of a fall from grace. But I remember back in my college days when he was so popular, I just thought he was like the coolest, funniest guy. That's actually why I started. And I was almost doing like a Dane Cook impression when I first started stand-up back 12, 13 years ago. It took me a while to kind of stop doing that, stop impersonating another comic, and started doing my own voice. And still kind of trying to find it, I think. But, I kind of rolled with that and started doing acting and sketch and stuff like that, and the ball just started rolling from there.
I love it. I love it. And, obviously these days it's kind of smaller crowds everywhere you go. Did you kind of change how you do comedy? I am so terrified of it. So I always have questions where it's like, what do you do when it's different and everything's changed around you?
It's weird. It's been super weird to get back into it. There's always, people are just more cautious and kind of just scared all over the place. So stand-up's always been like a little weird, but now it's extra weird with the smaller crowds. Not that I'm not used to a small crowd. It's a lot easier to sell places out now that they're 25, 50% capacity, because that feels good. But it is weird. But yeah, like I said, it is. You see people just kind of just happy to be out of the house, and it's just kind of a nice feeling to see other people again, as weird as it is. Then after the show, you have to kind of give them an elbow instead of shaking their hand and stuff. So it's a little awkward, but it's fun to get back into it.
I love it. I love it. And you know what? Super excited to check out the show. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us early on this morning. Remember, you can check it out tonight, 7:30, and over the weekend, we've got it going on all the way through. So Ryan O'Flanagan, thanks very much for joining us here on Up with KREM.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, come check me out, Spokane Comedy Club.